Everyone, I'm Cucu and welcome to this new anime Vanguards tier list video. As always, I am here to bring you guys the most accurate info out there, and sadly update 1.5 got a lot of hate, but let's find out if the units are as bad as people are saying they are. The tier list I make are 100% data driven, which means that it's based off the spreadsheet I have, and I'll show it also right here. As you guys can see, it has multiple pages for, let's say here is non-passive calculated. We have a bunch of data here, AoE type, damage, SPA, range, and then we have passives, which is the most important part of the spreadsheet, which is the comparison of all of the units calculating passives. You guys can check all of this. It's going to be in the bios, that way you guys can take out your own conclusions of what is good this update and what is bad. Now starting off with the tier list, I'm going to talk about the infinite tier list first because I feel like it's the most important one and it actually shows which units are good and bad. So starting off, we have Gojo. As usual, or I would say as probably a lot of people imagined, Gojo is still top 1 because the units in this update were not that good. We then have Alucard, and Tengen did go up because I changed the calculation type I had for full AoEs, and Tengen actually ended up being a little bit better than I thought he was, so he's a little bit higher. And then surprisingly we have Zion, which is a a battle pass unit, which a lot of people were hating on him. A lot of people were saying he is bad, and after calculating, he actually has the second highest DPS in game. So he's absolutely crazy, and I would invest trigger rolls on him and probably get a nice ethereal because he is 4 placement. And then we have Igris that also went up. I was doing Igris a little bit wrong, but although he is that high up, the only reason he's that high up is because I'm calculating the passives with Sung Jin Woo. So I would still bring Sung Jin Woo, get those easy summons, and buff Igris with the summons. Okay, then we have Chayin. Chayin is a really good unit. I keep saying this, a lot of people hate on her, but she is good. She has almost full AoE with insane damage. She is high placement. She's 5 placement, but it's for infinite. That's why in the other tier list she is a little bit lower. Then we have Jogo, the Vegeta, Choso, and then we got our first different unit because I didn't upload the Sukuna tier list. And yeah, Sukuna is pretty good. He has a cone AoE, he has an ability that makes him better, although his DPS is kind of slacking compared to the other units that are here in the top. Sukuna is a really consistent and good unit. After Sukuna, we have Okarun, which is also a new unit from this update. And Okarun he's alright, I would say. He's the best out of the new units. And he is a line AoE that has a frenzy after 5 attacks, and yeah, that's pretty much it for Okarun. He's 3 placement, he's pretty decent. Then we have Diavolo. Diavolo, I was hoping a lot better for him since he's the new the new tier, the new OP thing, but he was not that good. I'm gonna show you guys here kind of where we're looking at Diavolo. So Diavolo is in spot 22 of DPS, which is pretty bad. Although he is a 2 placement, so he does scale higher with Monarch, but still he is kind of slacking, not gonna lie. Alright, then we have Mahito. He's still kind of in that same zone he was last update. Then we go all the way up to here to Psycho. So Sayako, whatever, she is not that good compared to all of the other units, but out of this update she is top 3. So she is a, let's see right here, Psycho is a burn unit that makes her kind of good, and she has type of AoE. Psycho, she's a small circle AoE. This is why I use the spreadsheet, because it's really good to remember stuff. She has pretty decent passives, but I still wouldn't use her because she does slack in damage. And so the same goes for Sweeney, whatever, and Momo. Both of them are pretty bad. Momo, the only thing that is good about Momo is her nature type, since for tournaments, it's so important to have certain natures or certain elements I'm talking about. Nature was a really slacking one that only had Obito. So yeah, she is, I guess, another nature unit. So if you're interested in tournaments, you could probably invest a little bit on her, but not that much because she is not good. She has actually the worst damage in the game. I'm gonna show you guys real quick, and she's right here. She has 7,120, which is the worst in the game. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the infinite tier list. Now we're gonna go straight to the story tier list. I'm trying to make this video fast so you guys can watch it fastly. Okay, we already talked about basically all of them. Diavolo did get higher here because Diavolo is a 2 placement. Although he is kind of expensive, he still is a 2 placement, so he scales faster than other units. Like with Cheyenne, you would have to place 5 of her, but Diavolo, you just gotta place 2, so that's the only good part of Diavolo. He also has a really good ability that confuses enemies and makes him immune to bosses and cleaves enemies. No, not cleaves. I don't remember, but yeah, Diavolo, pretty good. And for like times like these where you're not sure, you can just come here to the spreadsheet and check. He gains the ability and he gets counterattacks. That's what I was talking about. So like if he gets damaged, whatever, he counterattacks by 50% of his damage, which is pretty good. I did not count that as his DPS because it's really based on condition, so I didn't add that. And then we have Sukuna. Sukuna is really good. He has a good ability. He does get fully AoE on upgrade 4 or 5 if I'm not wrong. So I would always like take him to a story. If you want fully AoE fast on a unit, you can also take Sukuna. He has good damage. And if you pair him with a bleed unit, maybe like Alucard or other bleed units like like Choso, you could bring Sukuna. Then we have Okarun. After Jogo, we have Okarun. He is a 3 placement that is pretty cheap, and he's always a full, a line AoE, so he is pretty good. I wouldn't like take him over these guys, but he is pretty good. Then we have Zion. Zion, the only reason he goes that low in story mode is because Zion does kind of like rely on you having a burn team. Not a burn team, but at least one more burn, because Zion gets more damage when more enemies are burning. It doesn't matter where in the map they're burning, but if there's burning enemies, he will get a damage buff, which makes him really good. And also I wanted to show you guys just how good he is. Wait, let's go right here. And Zion, you can see his DPS with passive is 18.6, which is higher than Jogo, higher than Cheyenne, higher than Okarun, Sukuna, higher than basically everyone, and lower than Vegeta still, which is kind of to be expected since Vegeta is so OP. And yeah, then we have later on we have Psycho and Sweeney and Momo, which they're pretty bad. They doesn't change much of anything. I wouldn't like waste a lot of free rolls on them because I would prioritize Sion, for example. Sion is gonna be OP, like really OP for tournaments that have burn. So I would start like preparing your Sions. I did prepare my Sion, if you guys see here. Sion. So I got him with Z plus. I don't know why it's not loading. He has Swift 1, although I was trying to get something better on him, but I couldn't. And yeah, so I would prepare a Zion because he is really good. Okarun, he is pretty decent. The bad thing is that he contests with a lot of other units since he's the cursed element. So I don't know if he will be meta for tournaments, but I still built him because he is Okarun. It looks pretty cool. And yeah, that would be pretty much it for the tier list. I added Killua because he is cheaper and he does stun faster than Inumaki, but Inumaki is really good still. And yeah, that's pretty much it for both tier lists. If you guys like the tier list, don't forget to leave a like, to subscribe, or join the Discord. That I will be doing some more giveaways. As you guys see, I have a giveaway live right now. in Discord for my helpers, for the people that helped me make this tier list and make other tier lists for other games. And yeah, thanks to you guys, I can do it a little bit faster, and I really appreciate my community for that. And yeah, don't forget to join the Discord. You can join the Discord and subscribe, and you'll be able to participate in the 1k Robux giveaway that I'll be doing once we hit 1k. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and don't forget to stay safe and leave a like